Clint Eastwood was born Clinton Eastwood Jr. on May 31, 1930, in San Francisco, California. Growing up during the Great Depression, he experienced economic hardship that instilled in him a strong sense of resilience and self-reliance, qualities that would later define his career. Eastwood spent his childhood moving between schools in the Bay Area, attending Oakland Technical High School, while learning the value of hard work from his steelworker father and secretary mother. Early on, he showed a love for music, learning piano and trumpet, but it was his interest in athletics and outdoor life that shaped his early jobs, including lifeguarding and studying at Seattle University. These experiences not only strengthened his physical abilities, but also nurtured his independent spirit, which would become a hallmark of his later on-screen personas. His early years were challenging but formative, setting the foundation for his later success. Rise to stardom. Clint Eastwood's first breakthrough came in 1955 with a small role in the television series Rawhide. Though a modest beginning, it marked the start of his path to fame. True recognition arrived in the 1960s with Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy, including A Fistful of Dollars, 1964, For a Few Dollars More, 1965, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, 1966. These films introduced audiences to Eastwood's iconic Man with No Name, a stoic and morally ambiguous anti-hero. This portrayal was a departure from traditional American Western heroes, emphasizing grit and complexity. Eastwood's performances, paired with Ennio Morricone's unforgettable music scores, created timeless cinematic moments. The success of these films established him as an international star and defined his place in the spaghetti western genre. Audiences admired the quiet strength and intensity he brought to the screen, setting the stage for decades of influential work in both acting and later directing. The spaghetti western and acting style. The spaghetti westerns of the 1960s and 1970s allowed Eastwood to redefine the western genre. Unlike the idealized American West portrayed in earlier films, these Italian-produced movies were gritty, violent, and morally complex. Eastwood's characters were often loners, operating in shades of gray rather than clear-cut notions of good and evil. His minimalist acting style, silent, restrained, yet profoundly expressive, made him unforgettable. The combination of Eastwood's cool intensity and the dramatic music scores brought a new dimension to the genre. While traditional westerns emphasized heroism and moral certainty, Eastwood's films explored ambiguity, human struggle, and ethical dilemmas. This approach resonated with audiences seeking more realistic stories and influenced countless filmmakers. Eastwood's on-screen persona was not only a reflection of his talent, but also a mirror of changing societal tastes, cementing his reputation as a versatile and groundbreaking actor. Dirty Harry and action icon status. In 1971, Eastwood expanded his range with the role of Inspector Harry Callahan in Dirty Harry. The character, a no-nonsense, tough-minded police officer, quickly became a cultural phenomenon. Callahan's moral complexity and willingness to operate outside traditional rules resonated with audiences, showcasing Eastwood's ability to embody characters that were both flawed and compelling. The iconic line, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" became synonymous with his image as a tough, fearless screen presence. The Dirty Harry series spanned 5 films, solidifying Eastwood's place as one of Hollywood's premier action stars. This period demonstrated his capacity to balance intensity with subtle character depth, elevating him beyond a simple tough guy label. Eastwood's work in this series also reflected broader societal questions about justice, authority, and ethics, making him not only an entertainer, but also a filmmaker who engaged audiences with thought-provoking themes. Expanding horizons in acting. During the 1970s and 1980s, Eastwood began taking on more diverse roles, expanding beyond the archetypal tough hero. He starred in films like The Gauntlet, 1977, Every Which Way But Loose, 1978, and Escape from Alcatraz, 1979, showcasing both action prowess and comedic timing. These projects demonstrated his willingness to experiment with different genres while maintaining his signature presence. Eastwood's ability to combine humor, vulnerability, and strength allowed him to create well-rounded characters who felt authentic and relatable. By this time, audiences recognized him not just as a star of westerns and action films, but as a multifaceted actor capable of nuanced performances. His growing interest in storytelling and character development foreshadowed his transition into directing, a role that would further allow him to shape cinematic narratives with precision, depth, and emotional resonance. Directorial debut and early films. Clint Eastwood made his directorial debut with Play Misty for Me, 1971, a suspenseful thriller about a radio DJ stalked by an obsessed fan. The film was well received, signaling Eastwood's talents behind the camera. He continued to direct films that combined strong storytelling with his distinctive, understated style. The Outlaw Josie Wales, 1976, was praised for its exploration of vengeance, justice, and redemption, cementing his reputation as a director capable of handling complex themes. Eastwood's early directorial work emphasized visual storytelling, character-driven narratives, and moral complexity, traits that would define his long career in directing. These films demonstrated his ability to blend commercial appeal with artistic depth, bridging the gap between blockbuster entertainment and meaningful cinema. Directing allowed Eastwood to exercise creative control, shaping stories in ways that reflected his own philosophy and sensibilities. Unforgiven and critical acclaim. Eastwood's directorial career reached a milestone with Unforgiven, 1992, a revisionist Western that challenged conventional portrayals of violence and heroism. The film earned 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director, signaling Eastwood's transition from celebrated actor to critically respected filmmaker. Unforgiven deconstructed the myths of the Western genre, presenting morally ambiguous characters facing real consequences. The film's nuanced storytelling and powerful performances reflected Eastwood's mastery of pacing, tension, and emotional depth. It also highlighted his ability to address profound human questions while remaining engaging and accessible to audiences. This achievement solidified his place among the greatest directors of his generation, demonstrating that his vision could transform familiar genres into thought-provoking art. With Unforgiven, Eastwood proved that his legacy extended far beyond acting, encompassing significant contributions to modern cinema. Personal life and relationships. Eastwood's personal life has been as complex as his career. He experienced 2 highly publicized marriages, first to Maggie Johnson in 1953 and later to actress Dana Ruiz in 1996. His marriage to Maggie lasted 31 years, producing 2 children, Kyle and Allison, but ended amid long periods of separation and challenges related to Eastwood's career. His second marriage to Dina, 35 years his junior, lasted 13 years and produced 1 daughter, Morgan. Both divorces were amicable, with Eastwood maintaining active relationships with his children. These personal experiences reflect the challenges of balancing family and career, highlighting Eastwood's dedication to both his craft and his family. Despite the difficulties, he remained committed to maintaining meaningful connections with his children, showing a different, more vulnerable side beyond the stoic personas for which he is famous. Reflections on John Wayne. For decades, fans speculated about Eastwood's thoughts on John Wayne, another towering figure in the Western genre. Known for his reserved nature, Eastwood rarely spoke about Wayne until recently, when at age 94, he offered candid reflections. He acknowledged Wayne's immense impact on cinema, praising his professionalism, larger-than-life presence, and ability to captivate audiences. At the same time, Eastwood explained that their approaches to Westerns were different. While Wayne portrayed clear-cut heroes, Eastwood preferred morally complex characters, reflecting life's ambiguities. He emphasized respect for Wayne's contributions without attempting to emulate him, highlighting the distinction between admiration and artistic influence. Their paths never overlapped significantly, but mutual respect existed. Eastwood's comments provide insight into how legends recognize and honor one another's achievements, showing that even in differences, shared passion for craft can create lasting respect, legacy, and influence. Clint Eastwood's career is a testament to perseverance, creativity, and innovation. Over 7 decades, he transformed from a struggling actor into a multifaceted filmmaker whose influence on cinema is profound. His minimalist style, focus on realism, and exploration of moral complexity have inspired generations of actors and directors. Eastwood's films, whether as an actor or director, often explore human resilience, personal responsibility, and the consequences of choices. His characters, flawed yet compelling, offer audiences a mirror to reflect on life's challenges. Beyond cinema, Eastwood's political engagement, including his tenure as mayor of Carmel by the Sea, demonstrates his commitment to civic life. As he continues to work into his 90s, his body of work remains relevant, shaping both Hollywood and broader cultural conversations, ensuring his legacy will endure for decades to come. The enduring appeal. Eastwood's enduring appeal lies in his authenticity. He has never relied on glitz or gimmicks. Instead, he relies on talent, discipline, and careful craftsmanship. From spaghetti westerns to thrillers, dramas, and political reflections, his work resonates because it feels real. Audiences connect with the humanity in his performances and the moral complexity of his stories. Eastwood's contributions have influenced modern filmmaking, setting standards for acting, directing, and storytelling. His ability to evolve while staying true to his principles makes him a model of artistic integrity. Whether portraying a lone anti-hero or directing emotionally charged dramas, Clint Eastwood embodies the essence of a cinematic legend whose life and career continue to inspire and captivate people worldwide, proving that greatness is achieved through persistence, creativity,